How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a little different. We normally talk metal on this channel, travel, going to festivals and things like that, occasional pinball, some vinyl hauling. This one, I've been working on it for a couple weeks, so it's going to be different. It's going to be basically like my 1 year recap of being retired from the state of California. I retired at 50 last year. I'm 51 now, so like I said, it's taken me a couple weeks to work on this video. Hopefully it turned out all right. I don't know. It's a little experiment. I was trying to do different things for the channel. So check it out. If you have any questions, pop them down below, and we'll see you in a minute. All right. I don't know if this is going to look like shit, but whatever. I'm going to give it a shot. It's too windy just to film on this little thing. But for this view, I'll just use the windsock on this thing and have all these stupid devices in my hand. And then I'll use the gimbal for like a first person view. I'll switch off. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. This one's gonna be a little different. This is, not your typical, metal or travel per se. I just thought it was gonna be kind of interesting. Last year, I turned 50 years old. It was January 5th or 6th, where I cleaned out my desk at work, and then the 6th, I had my 50th birthday party. The 7th, I turned 50, and then the 8th, I went back to work and signed out. So it's been officially 1 year that I've been retired so far. So I just kind of wanted to go over, my perspective of being, retired at 50, what my expectations were, how it turned out, and everything that goes along with that. So we're going to start our little adventure right here. We're at Drake's The Barn, which is a brewery right here along the Sacramento River. We're on the west side of Sacramento. And then we're going to head up over to the Golden Bridge there and then finish up into Old Sac. I want to show you guys a place that I love going to. All right. So if you're seeing this, I guess it turned out okay. If not, then it turned out like shit. So, well, you won't know because I won't put it up. So anyways, we're looking at the river here, crossing over. So, I don't know, man. When I hit 50 and I was ready to retire, I didn't know what to think. I was like, is it too soon? I remember my grandpa, when my dad retired at 65, he's all, "You're too goddamn young to retire." He was yelling at my dad. And I remember that vividly. Hold on, let me fix the camera so I don't bounce as much. So I remember that pretty vividly, and I just thought that was funny. And then after that, he ended up retiring. And my dad moved away to Colorado, where he lived out the rest of his life, and he passed away at 75 in 2020, just before the you-know-what kicked off. So we have some kind of shiny sculpture here as you're walking towards the bridge. So yeah, I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because you get so used to doing stuff. By the way, I did work for the state of California for 23 years. So that allowed me to retire at 50. And that's pretty neat. This, it sounds really cool too. While the wind's blowing it. So yeah, that gave me 23 years and I was able to retire at 50. So, the first week was, like anything else, it took probably about a month till you finally realize that, oh, I don't have to get up and go to work again. That's great. And then, fast forward, my kid was, well, let's not get to that yet, but, so not only that story with my grandpa, but one of my supervisors was telling me, "Nah, dude, you got to go 5 more years. You want to get X amount of dollars every month." And I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I mean, I travel and stuff, but I don't buy expensive shit, you know? Is that really necessary? All right, so we're gonna look at Sutter Health Park coming up here. And that's gonna be important for a few reasons. There's a lot of work holding these two stupid devices. Okay, so my initial plan, what I had envisioned for 2024 being retired, was to just travel heavy and see a lot of bands. I wanted to go to a couple festivals, and that was just my main goal. Well, as the year progressed, I ended up going to even a couple more festivals and seeing a lot more bands. So I'm gonna leave a link to check out my video where I saw over 175 metal bands in 2024. So it turned out to be awesome. So yes, I did travel heavy. Milwaukee, Dallas, Tulsa, Houston, Corpus Christi, all over Texas. I was all over there. Went out to Maui and Hawaii, Vegas a couple times. So yeah, travel I did, friends, and it was great. All right, more in a minute. All right, so we're coming up here. This is Sutter Health Park. So this, come the springtime in 2025, this year, the formerly known as the Oakland A's, now just called straight up the A's. They're not going to be called the Sacramento A's. So they're just going to be called the Athletics. That's it. No city tied to it yet. Supposed to be moving to Vegas, but they're going to be playing here for 3 years. So that's going to be real big stuff here for Sacramento, to have a Major League Baseball team playing here. All right, back to the video. All right, I'm down here in Old Sacramento now. I wanted to bring you guys down here to show you something really cool that I like to do quite a bit. This place opened up back in May of last year, 2024. So not quite a year yet, but you start seeing signage for it right here. And then we're gonna come around the corner and see it. Also testing out the internal mic on this stupid thing. So yeah, being retired at 50 has been, I guess you could call it a blessing. It's been incredible. I'm very happy and very lucky person, I know. So yeah. All right, so here we are. We're at Capitol Pinball Parlor right here in Old Sacramento. As you can see, all day is $15. Kids and seniors is $10. 1 hour is $10, and a half hour is $5. Friday night they do run a tournament, 4 strikes knockout. So if you pay the $15, it's another $5 for the tournament. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I've done it before. It's lots of fun. There's a QR code if you want to join, and then you'll get text alerts for what's happening. So let's just take a glance inside real quick, see what's happening. Lots of cool games there. Are you guys running the tournament tomorrow?
Tomorrow night at 7:30.
7:30? Okay, cool. I was just shooting a little footage in here, but I'm going to come back tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. I won one time, so I definitely want to come back. Okay, right on. Thank you. Hi. So yeah, you come in here, play all you want, and then right there, there's the trophies that the owner 3D prints. Very cool. So yeah, I just wanted to show this to you. It's a really cool spot. I really enjoy coming here, and you can't beat the price. It's fantastic. Beats going to the movies, I think. All right, let's get back to the video. So down here is the Rail Museum. So there's a lot less wind down here. I should have been down here filming the whole time. So cons. I'm going to talk about some cons here for a minute about retiring. I guess this is probably doesn't matter what your age is. Anytime you leave the people that you work with for many years, that's going to suck a little bit, unless you just totally didn't like the people and didn't get along with them. I did get along with pretty much everybody I worked with. You know, there's always a few exceptions, but whatever. So missing the people, that's been a big deal. But I've also been invited to several retirement breakfasts and lunches with different groups. So you do keep up with everybody, and that usually happens probably every other month around my groups of co-workers. Okay, and here is the rail museum. It's very cool inside. Lots of old trains and stuff. It's the horsey. I was wondering if these fools were going to be down here, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I don't know how long they've been here, if they're always here now, but alright, let's spin them around here. Alright, so right out there we got about 2, 4, 6, 7 seals, sea lions. So yeah, this is our own little fisherman's wharf, I guess. So yeah, it's all this crap. Right there's the Delta King. Got the I Street Bridge over here. West Sac skyline, that used to be the bank building. I don't know what it's called now. And then the Golden Bridge is in the background over here. So if you're ever in Sacramento, Old Sacramento, it's a no-brainer. You got to come down here for the day. You can't do it all in a day, just so you know. It's not that big. All right. All right, so like I said, I was traveling a lot. Went and saw a bunch of the country, saw a bunch of amazing bands. And then I was talking to my dentist. You know, I mentioned the story about my grandpa talking to my dad. And then my old supervisor's telling me you don't have enough saved, or the money's not right. You need to work a few more years. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever. But my dentist probably over this. So my dentist, I'm gonna spin the camera around kind of while I'm talking, so you don't have to just stare at me. He was all, you know, if you quit moving around, you don't have hobbies or nothing, you're gonna die. And I know if you guys ever watch like Scotty Kilmer's channel, you know, he has a story about not his dad, but his grandpa worked in the auto garage until the day he died, basically, I think is what he said. So I had started, you know, putting my resume out on Indeed. I do have a Class B license, and that's what I was doing for the state right before I retired. I was an instructor for Class Bs. We would train the drivers to drive the state buses, and they would go through our training, me and my partners, and then we would send them on their way to go take their DMV test. So with that being said, I put my thing out on Indeed, my resume, and then, you know, probably not long after, I can't remember if he reached out to me or if I saw the ad, but they were looking for part-time Class B drivers at this place I ended up taking a part-time job at. So I met the gentleman, the guy who was recruiting and hiring, as well as one of the managers, and talked to him. And you know, I was planning on taking the full year off, was my original plan. Sorry, I'm going to make some jump cuts here and there because people pop into the picture. I don't want to film them. So anyways, he ended up reaching out to me, or I reached out to him, whichever way it was. And he's all, well, just, what are you looking for? I was like, probably just some part-time work, you know, nothing set in stone. I don't need a full-time job. And he goes, well, you know, come in, let's talk. I said, all right, cool. So I went over there, sat down with him. And he's like, all right, so, you know, tell me your background. So I told him everything I did. He's all, well, what are you looking for? And I'm like, honestly, man, just like, I'm good with like max 4 days a month, honestly, once a week. If I end up getting more, great, but like a minimum, like 3 or 4 days, let's say that. So he's like, yeah, man, no problem. I got all kinds of jobs. We got all kinds of stuff for you to do. So I ended up taking that job, and I'm still working there. It's a really great, it's technically a limousine company, but I don't see any limousines in the fleet. It's all motor coaches, party buses, Escalades, you know, things of that nature. So it's been really good so far. I'm truly happy with it. All right, let's walk up here. We can see the Delta King entrance. And if you walk over here, this place right here, Railroad Fish and Chips. Food's really good here. Right. So the last few days, yesterday and today I worked 4 hours. It was really easy. So picked up this family. There was about 8 of them, and they're from Nebraska. And they had a family member that was sick, so they flew them out to stay for the night. They went to the hospital to visit him for an hour, and then I drove him to a small municipality airport where they had a private jet waiting to fly him back to Nebraska. So that was a trip. But yesterday, it was the same thing. It was a company, like a water company, and I took him to the facility from the hotel and then to a private jet over in that small airport. So 2 days in a row, I'd drop people off at freaking private airports. It's weird, on personal jets. They jump out of my bus, they jump on the plane. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm gonna go show you one more place. So Stage 9 Collectibles is right there. They have some really neat stuff in there. Really expensive, but really cool. Evangeline's. This is a super rad like costume store during Halloween, novelty shop. Lots of cool things to look at inside of there. You can kill a lot of time while you're in there. All right, construction's going on. I'm gonna shut this off. Pick up here in a second. All right, so this is Fanny Ann's Saloon. It's a bar downstairs. They have really killer food here, hamburgers especially, but I want to show you guys upstairs. Right here, they got a real nice Metallica Pro right here. And then you walk up to the 3rd floor right now, and then you're going to come to the majority of the collection here. So you got AC/DC Lucy Edition, Ghostbusters T2, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Mandalorian Pro. So yeah, you can get your pinball fix here too. And you don't have to buy food, you could just come up and play. Alright, so that was my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't know, it was a little different. It was kind of cool to make. Like I said, I had to reshoot a bunch of stuff because I was just getting lost in whatever dialogue I was getting into. So weather's been really great out here during the day. It's been in the upper 60s out here in Sacramento. So I wanted to take advantage of it, you know, put my little brain to work out there and, you know, see what you guys think. Anyways, hope you like it. This Sunday, We're getting on a plane, heading down south, and I can't wait to take you guys on that adventure. So stay tuned. Big things coming up for the channel. All right. Peace.